So, Keegan, you're going to have to bear with us as we're trying to reminisce a little bit, but then also try to remember.
Say it again, Sam. Say it isn't my fault. Maybe the second time, I'll believe it.
You're listening to, and this is why I love comics.
Andy and Mike. Andy and Mike.
And welcome to another episode of And This Is Why I Love Comics. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
Yeah, and we're on a video here so that I can see myself do that. Yeah.
Nothing says great podcast like finger guns.
That's right. We are here today. We're going to special episode on our road to 100. Since our last Marvel episode was so popular, we're bringing it back. We're going to do another Marvel. We're going old school TSR Marvel, though.
I think it was like 84.
86 for the advanced set, but yeah, 84 probably for the other one. And we're going to do some Marvel superheroes and not continuity-wise, well, that we know of for the Iron Fist one, but you never know where Mike might roll it into. Mike's going to run this game, and I'm going to play Captain America. And we are joined by a special guest, friend of the show, Keegan. Say hello to the folks, Keegan.
I got my Robin sheet with me. I'm ready to play. Wait, we're not playing.
Sorry.
Oh,
I have the DC hero stuff right here. I could.
In a moment's notice.
I could probably do it off the top of my head. Maybe next time we'll do an amalgam crossover.
wonderful.
A little bit of everything. I don't know how the rules would work specifically to do all of those, but
You have to read both the DC and the Marvel one.
You have to convert each one.
oh yeah. Okay, halfway through we switch the game system.
Right. I'm from unearthly to a strength of 50.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike and I used to play this way back in the day and thought we'd give it another try since you guys are clamoring for more RPG stuff. So
Exactly. Yeah, this was kind of our go-to until DC came out, the Mayfair DC system. I mean, prior to this, I think I played a couple games of Champions as far as superhero role-playing games.
Okay.
I think I encountered, never played it, but encountered Villains and Vigilantes.
okay, I owned that at one time.
Yeah, and I have a copy of it somewhere.
Jeff D. My brother had a signed copy of it.
Oh, brilliant. And then then as soon as DC's system came out, that was kind of like, well, let's kind of taper off on this Marvel game and found a system that actually worked really, really well.
Yeah, I don't mind the system. It might take a while for me to remember some things. And there's a chart, but I mean, like I was going to make fun of the chart and then I remembered DC had a chart too. So it's not really that DC's any better.
I think it's okay for you to laugh at Marvel.
Get us out of the way now, folks.
Yeah, of course.
What worked with this chart was that you kind of knew what you needed to roll. There might have been a little bit of a plus or a minus depending on how the opponent you were going after. Not knowing it, and one of the things I like about current game mindset is the intensities, that Marvel had introduced. It wasn't, and DC did it to a degree as well. But like with now, it's like a lot of the games will have you complete success with consequences, failure, and then failure with consequences. And with the Marvel role-playing system, Marvel Superheroes role-playing from TSR, that had green, yellow, and red. And if you got in the green, that was a success. You got in the yellow, that was a better success. If you got in the red, that was major success. But in some cases, depending on what you did, you might be a flat out murdering somebody.
There's the chart.
Universal chart. Yeah, so like Wolverine had edged weapons. His claws were edged weapons. And if he rolled in the red, that meant kill. I mean, that was like, poof, you're done. And I was like, well, that was interesting.
You've broken every law now.
Yeah, exactly. So you could pull punches, you could, kind of that deal to help, but otherwise there was a lot that killed. One thing that did bother me a bit was that the the damage you did with a punch is based off your strength. So what I liked about Marvel's system was that all the names felt like how they used to name the comic books. The Incredible Hulk, the Invincible Iron Man, the Uncanny X-Men. So all of these kind of played off of that, whereas your stats were good, excellent, remarkable, incredible, amazing, and so those were, and then some of them kind of you felt like, okay, yep, I would assume Spider-Man would have amazing agility. I would assume that Hulk has like monstrous strength, those kind of things where it was a little bit more thematic than the numbers really making a whole lot of sense. But what I was going to say is that if you were to punch and you had remarkable strength, you did 30 points of damage. And it's like, wow, that's quite a bit of damage. The problem is I could shoot you with a high caliber pistol and do 10. So a punch could do more than a bullet as far as damage is concerned. And that was a little bit like, well, I guess if you were a typical person, like 10 points of damage does kind of make sense. And I guess if you do have remarkable strength, you can lift a considerable amount. So I guess if you can lift a car, you could probably do quite a bit in the way of a punch.
Right. If you can dodge a wrench.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was one of the best Vince Vaughn movies out there since the terrible shot-for-shot remake of Psycho.
Yeah.
One of the things about the Marvel superheroes, and we'll dive into the game itself, so as to carpe diem the time that we have. A lot of people refer to it as the phase rip system, the FASERIP, which stood for all the stats that you needed to know about your character. So fighting, agility, strength, endurance, reason, intuition, and psyche. So the first 4 were the physical. The last 3 were more of the mental. So in other words, in the Marvel system, you only use the first 4.
True.
Yeah. Beyond that, and they're all based off of, like I said, the gave it nomenclature to kind of jazz it up, so it wasn't just a number. It's like, yeah, I have a 30 strength. It's like, well, yeah, that's great, but if you said I have remarkable strength, that gave it a little bit more flair. What helped make the Marvel system a little bit more unique. Otherwise, everything is based off of percentile dice. So you roll 2d10 and you hope for a higher roll. I will go and use the old system where it was the good guys would roll and the bad guys will roll for initiative. And in that case, it's a 1d10. And depending on who you're up against, the difference will give you a bonus or will give them a bonus. Tonight, we're playing as Captain America and Bucky. So we will go all the way back to ye old yesteryear, setting it back during the time of the invaders, World War II era. And we'll start off with a little bit of a story explanation as to what's happening and where we are at. So bear with me. I am no Matt Mercer, who seemed to have either, in some people's opinion, enhanced role-playing games or ruined role-playing games, because professional voice actors and having some quality script writing definitely outdoes those of us who just like to play the game.
I mean, to put my 2 cents in, maybe like the first season of that show was probably true role-playing, and then as it went on, let's be honest, the script writing probably took over a little bit because they were making some money and they had to make it good, and I don't fault them for it, whatever.
No.
They're an entertainment business now, so whatever they think is entertaining, they're going to do.
It's very much like professional wrestling versus high school wrestling.
Right.
You might start off in high school as a true wrestler, but once the roids kick in, things are a little bit more scripted. It's no longer real wrestling. It's
all you Critical Role, send hate mail to Keegan at
All right.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. We are coming to you live from 1944. World War II is, at the time, I don't believe it was called World War II. They didn't give it a name. There's
the Big War.
For all those of us in the future, looking back, we'll just call it World War II. We are starting things off mid-action because we want to kind of see how far we can get into the story. Captain America and Bucky have been given the assignment to infiltrate a Gothic castle that's in the German countryside. So you're dropped behind enemy lines, and you are, to start off with, you will, the two of you have been in charge of trying to make sure that you get this castle somewhat cleared so the Allies can use it as a base of operations and, going forward once they get the foothold. So you're kind of ahead of the 101st Airborne. You're just going to, they figure we'll send in the heroes, and then we'll send in the military heroes after that. So I'm hoping that the two of you guys can clear things out to begin with, and then from there, the GIs will come in and clean things up.
Can I get a little logistics here? Did I have the round shield back then, or was it more of...
Yeah, it was the circle shield at this point. So yeah, you didn't get that chevron looking chevron, but the traditional shield. I think it only lasted like 3 issues in the comics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't very long before he abandoned that. And I don't know if it was just because of awkwardness of drawing it at different angles, whereas it's easier just to draw, ellipses and so forth.
Look, a circle. It's round. It'll bounce.
Yep. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why is the Winter Soldier in World War II? Who's this Bucky guy?
Yeah. Don't worry about those stats. They'll come into handy a little later on in the story.
When you're dead.
You've traveled through the night. You got, parachuted in, made it through. You made it to the base of the cliff that leads up to the castle, upon which, this castle is on top of the cliff, overlooking this huge terrain. So we're going to start you off just to kind of get you used to rolling some dice and getting some movement in that regard. We're going to have you trying to climb the cliff if you want to make it up the side. For those that want to know how the system works, the cliff, this is a rather easy cliff to climb. So it's typical. Cliff Clavin, all the stuff from Cheers, is a typical agility feat. So it's not it's not a sheer rock face. It's got enough footholds and handholds that you can climb up it without too much difficulty. So it's a typical difficulty. So that means that it's the agility. So Captain America has what on his agility?
Captain America and Bucky, incredible.
In that case, you're so far beyond the typical that you don't even need to roll.
Let me know if you need help, Bucky.
Yeah, and then now, Bucky, what is your agility on your character?
Okay, 20.
Yep. So you would need to make a roll, but you only need to get a green or higher. Excellent agility. On the chart, you only need a roll of 41 or higher. So roll your 2 dice.
Or higher. Well, just like the Iron Fist one, I'll add some sound effects.
Power Records presents
An 82.
All right. So 82, that puts you well into that puts you right into the yellow. So not only do you do it well, you climbed up. If you wanted to, you can even say that you were able to leap and make it a little bit quicker. You've done it, almost at the same level in which he's done it.
You've been working out, Bucky.
Gosh, Cap, I'm so excited to be on this mission with you.
You guys are, it's still under the cover of darkness. I would like you both to make an intuition roll. Now, this is a challenge rating is against remarkable. So again, what is Captain America's intuition?
Incredible again.
Okay. So you're only one level above. So all you need to do is roll a green, technically yellow, but most like green or higher. And then Bucky's intuition is good. Unfortunately, that's so far below remarkable that you could roll it, but you're going to have to roll a red. So go ahead, Bucky, roll yours, and Captain America, roll yours.
96. I killed that one.
Dang.
Oh my goodness, 99.
Well, show off.
I just got that youthful energy in me.
Yeah. Well, in that case, both of you made it to the top, but just before you crested the edge of the cliff, you kind of peeked over the edge and you saw some movement. And in seeing this movement, you spotted a series of guards patrolling the outer outskirts between the edge of the cliff and this bridge that leads to the castle. So they're kind of pacing back and forth, kind of, monitoring the pathway or the roadway that led from one edge, the pathway that went up to the bridge itself, and they're just kind of monitoring it. So you're both able, due to the dark, they kind of blended in a little bit, but you both succeeded exceptionally well that you can actually, you've done well enough that I will give you a column shift bonus for your next action because you caught this back and forth pattern. They in true German World War II efficiency, they have a distinctive, their trains ran on time kind of feel to it, that they were able to lock in every 5 minutes they pass again, and every 5 minutes they rotate again. So you caught exactly how they are making their travels. There are two of these guards, and they just kind of keep rotating back and forth, pacing in front of the bridge entryway towards the castle.
Can I ask a World War II question about Cap?
Yeah.
I know in the films, he probably carried a sidearm. Would this Captain America have a sidearm, or he's just shielding?
Just the shield.
Okay.
He had his fisticuffs, but yeah. At this point, it's just going to be the shield and his good old fashioned American know-how of I'm going to punch him in the face.
Works for me. I'll look over at Bucky. Are you ready?
Wow, ready as I'll ever be, Cap.
Great. I'll take the one on the left. You got the one on the right.
Right.
No. Left. No, wait.
No, oh, right.
Dang it. That's like Abbott Costello.
So
that's where
left.
they get it from.
So we're going to give you guys, not only will give you the column shift, but because
of our comedy.
That wit and banter seems to have paid off. You've alerted the guards to your position because of
not just the two, but the whole base.
Yeah. They're not looking at each other like dumb coughs. I will let you guys, without rolling the initiative, you guys can make your first foray into this, and then we'll roll initiative. So you're going to have to charge into battle. There is an actual charging. It's an endurance move. So if you're running in, no guns are blazing, but if you're just going to run in, that's charging, and you have to roll with a little bit charging in this game is really more about think more like Rhino or Juggernaut. Your intent is to bowl somebody over, but there's also if you're wanting to tackle somebody, you can do that too. There is an interesting thing that even I missed in my youth about multiple actions, and that you can roll to see how many actions you can take in any particular turn.
Wait, now you're changing the rules.
I know. Isn't that it's one of those things where it's wow, this is so what you do is whatever you are going to use. So let's declare what action you're intending on taking. So Cap, we'll have you start things off. What are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm going to try to sneak in closer.
Okay.
And not just run down the road and let them see me for 2 minutes and then wonder what's happening, Monty Python style. I will sneak through, and when I get close enough, let's see, what would Cap do? I think what I want to do is see how Bucky's going to do first. So I'm going to hold my action once I get close enough, because I told him to take the one on the left. And,
Right.
right. And if he manages to not do it for some reason, I'm slinging my shield so it hits them both.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm
So
going to,
ricochet it.
yeah, I'm going to hold
So
off.
you're basically like, I'm waiting for you to do a thing, and then once you do it, and if it doesn't work out the way it should, you're going to kind of go over, like helicopter parenting.
Right. Yeah.
Just ping bang, ricochet off of one guard to the other guard. Okay.
Yep.
So you're looking for at least, there's a couple of ways of doing this. And like I said, you can do 2 actions, but in this case, because you're looking to hit multiple targets, there is a column shift drop. So like
one of my power stunts is to bounce the shield off of a number of hard surfaces and return it to my hand.
So I think that gave you like a +2 column shift, but that it helps offset the column shift that's normally applied by hitting multiple targets.
Okay.
So you only have like a +1 column shift because you're only hitting 2. So basically, the more people you're trying to hit, the more column shifts it shoves it over. Bucky, what are you going to do then? Since he's kind of like waiting on your action, what do you want to do? Let's say, for argument's sake, that in this game there's areas. So you're running from one area to another area. That's the kind of the allotment of space. There's going to be about like 2 areas between you, so that's about 60 feet. If I remember, the area is like a 30 by 30 block. It's not like Dungeons and Dragons where it's like a 5 by 5 foot per space.
Yeah.
In this one, it's about a 30 by 30 area, so that there's multiple people can be in one area at a time. So there's 60 feet. Running is based off of endurance. If you're wanting to punch, that's your F. That's for your fighting. E is your endurance. A remarkable fighting of Bucky is higher than excellent. So if you really feel like you want to run and punch, that's 2 actions, which would make it instead of a remarkable fighting, drop it down to excellent fighting. Or you can roll and see how many actions you get. It's a weird combination, advanced versus basic game system. So, like I said, cramming for this game, I came across this other rule about how to determine how many actions you can take in the turn. Like, what does that mean?
Was it written in pencil on the side or something?
I don't, homebrew, I don't know. This individual that I was kind of cramming and going through is like, it showed right in the book. Yeah, you can take multiple actions if you want to take multiple actions. It's just based off of it. So, if you want to take multiple actions, there is a drawback that if you roll white, you goofed up and you're basically not doing anything. If you roll green, you get you get the 1 action you want. If you roll yellow, you get 2 actions, and if you roll red, you get 3. So you have what's called remarkable fighting ability. So go ahead and roll your 2d10, your percentile dice.
All right.
And if you roll below a 35, you don't take any actions this turn. If you roll between 36 and 60, you get your 1 action that you normally would get. But if you roll above 60, all the way up into like the low 90s, you get 2 actions. So that would allow you to run and punch at the same turn.
I rolled a 72.
All right. So, yeah, you're within the yellow for remarkable, but you just squeezed it in there. So you get your 2 actions. So you can run and punch one of these guys.
The one on the right. No, left. The one on the right.
Whichever one.
At this point, just do it.
3 turns goes by. He's trying to pick still.
Yeah, it's standing right next to him. Which one was this supposed to go after?
I'm going to charge it with my eyes closed. Just hope for the
So
best.
basically, at an excellent, you need to roll a 41 or higher in order to make contact.
Okay. Oh, my goodness gracious. 97.
97. Wow. Okay. So
ripped his head off.
97 at an excellent just puts you in the red range on the universal table. for those who are interested in following along at home, I highly recommend a website called classicmarvelforever.com. It is nothing but Marvel superheroes role-playing game. They've got house rules, how to make a character, all the tables, anything you could think of, the handbooks, it's all there. Under blunt attacks, you're fighting. Red is a stun. So now I have to roll. So not only did you punch him, you do the damage equal to your strength, which is good. That's 10 points. You see the S on your character, Keegan?
Yes.
And it's good for 10. So this guard takes 10 points of damage from your punch. But what does that happen when it says a stun? If you look all the way in the upper right corner, the universal table, it says stun ? Guard has to roll their endurance, and this could potentially make them lose a turn because you basically knock their lights out. So they're typical. And so I'm going to roll my 2d10, and I rolled 0, 0, which is 100.
That's good, right?
Yep. Well, not for you guys, because that means no, he's not stunned, but he does still take 10 points of damage.
Yeah, I meant good for him. I meant good for him.
Yeah. So I might retire these dice because this is the first time I've ever rolled these dice, and they rolled 100. So I don't know what to do with them now.
Mine seem very generous. I think I'm going to keep mine.
It can only go down from here is what it boils down to. So I'm putting it on a sheet. This is guard 1 and then guard 2. And for what it's worth, not that, knowing what we know, they both have 40 points. Oh, sorry, not 40. Yeah, 24 points of health. And that single punch of 10 brings it down to 14 points. That first one down to 14 points of health. Cap, you saw Bucky make a quick dash, run up, and just slug this dude. You almost saw little Tweety birds floating around his head, but instead he seemed to kind of bounce back from that serious punch. So
valiant effort, Bucky. No,
taught you well, young one.
Right.
I tried, Cap.
I will try to do the shield slam on both there. I'll fling it around.
Okay. So you're using basically throwing blunt, which is agility. Cap's agility is
incredible.
Okay, so you're at incredible. And then you have that talent that gives you a +2 column shift that puts you technically at monstrous, but because you're trying to hit 2 people, that drops you down to amazing.
Okay. I'm rolling it. Well, that was a 27.
And your shield goes flying. Mercifully, we'll say that there was a pillar behind them somewhere, and the shield bounces.
Hey, isn't that in the green?
Under amazing? Oh, wait, you said 37?
27.
27. Oh, dude, you guessed.
I did.
Yes, yeah, because it's like 26 to 30 is the best. Good, great. Cross-referencing the chart. Okay, so yes, you wound up going ping, ping.
I made it look kind of good. There was a little wobble in the shield.
Yeah. It made a little bit of a clanking sound as it banged off of one head to the next one. And it's like ping, pow. No, his shield is like a strength of class 3000. That's in case we want to destroy it. But I'm just trying to see what kind of damage it does.
It's remarkable damage.
Okay, so that's 30 points. So it hits the first one, clearly brings him down to 0. And then hits the second one with only 24 points of health, and that guy is down to 0.
Clunk, clunk. Thanks for shield.
And then catches it. It doesn't, you kind of play it off as in true Captain America fashion. Is like, yeah, this is, I meant to do that. Right. But it was, you kind of in the back of your head go, oof, that was a little rough.
Need to practice that more.
I hope I get better as the years go on.
Right.
I'm not frozen in ice for a while.
Why would I be frozen in ice? That's nonsense.
That's just ridiculous.
Right.
Okay. So those 2 guys are knocked out. And at this point, It is clear sailing. There is a rather lengthy bridge that kind of covers the chasm that encircles this castle. It seems as if this bridge is the only way in and or out of the castle. Thus, why it was strategically placed there. These two guards were the only ones that were kind of keeping view in the front of the castle itself. So
Thought there'd be more guards here. We'll drag the bodies like into the woods so they're not found.
Yep, easy enough.
Bucky, how do you feel about climbing under the bridge? And we'll go in that way. At least across it. I don't want to run over.
Sounds good, Cap. We'll do whatever we can to get the mission done.
Yeah, we'll climb under the bridge and go across rather than just run on top and get Gatling gun down, We're still in stealth mode.
Yeah. So what I'd like to have you both do then is roll intuition, your eye on your character.
I am at, what is under the bridge? Is it water? Is it just a pit?
There's a river way below, and that's what kind of caused this whole chasm that this bridge is covering, is this river has bore its way through, and this bridge is like, it's a decent size. It covers an area, so we'll say it's 30 feet in length. And it is a stone bridge. It's been paved. It's got wood railings on the side, but it doesn't look like it's super. It looks sturdy, but it doesn't look modern. But it's not as old as the castle, but it's not a new thing on there. It could support a vehicle, but maybe not a tank.
I'm gonna roll. You said intuition? No, wait, what was it?
Yeah, intuition.
I got a 32.
And what's your intuition?
Incredible.
Okay. So 32, again, just squeaks you in there, barely, because 31 and up is what you need. Bucky, what did you roll?
Nice.
Rolling.
And what was your intuition again? What stat?
Okay, I rolled a 37, checking my sheet. That's going to be the eye. That's good. 10.
Give me the eye.
So, and you rolled a 37, so that's in the white. So you did not catch this, but
sorry, Cap.
So, Cap, as you're going underneath this bridge, you see something that doesn't seem like it conforms with the structure itself. Attached to several pillars are sticks of dynamite, but in true fashion, and especially in a comic book situation, these sticks of dynamite have certain markings that indicate as to who placed them there.
Acme.
Yeah, yep. The Coyote got there a long time ago, and was waiting for the Roadrunner to start appearing. Yeah, there are certain insignias on each bundle of dynamite, and these things have been strategically placed.
Oh, Bucky, that one's from your mom.
What?
Don't talk about my mom.
Oh, man. I don't like that.
He says hi.
Isn't Bucky technically an orphan?
If I could take a moment to talk about the bio.
Sure.
And it's very, very short because I get Union Jacks and Toros.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like squeezing him in there like, oh, yeah, we had another guy. His name was Bucky, I think. But he's dead now. So yeah, because I think he was still dead at this point.
Yeah.
He'll never come back, too. That's, him and
definitely not.
Characters that, like Jason Todd or Gwen Stacy, they'll never bring those guys
Uncle
back.
Ben. They'll never bring those characters back. His background is an orphan from an early age. Bucky was made a ward of the state and temporarily housed in Virginia. There, he met Private Steve Rogers, who was secretly the costume Captain America. One night, Bucky accidentally burst into Rogers as he was changing into his Captain America uniform. Sworn to secrecy, Bucky eventually persuaded Cat to trade him and became Cap's costume partner.
That's all you have to go on.
That's all we've got. Kirby was a little.
When you talk about his mom, that's some hurtful memories there.
Your mom.
Yeah. Your mom goes to college.
Wasn't like Jason Todd had some mother issues, or
who does? I mean, wait.
You have to be that way and to be part of the Bat family in some capacity.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them have mothers.
Yes, you see that's all there. You see that there's wiring and so forth connected to all of that stuff under the bridge, and it seems to be like leading back towards one side of the bridge.
I'm gonna put my arm out and hold Bucky back before we start climbing underneath. I'm like, "Hold up, chum!" And then I'll point out to him all the dynamite areas and say, "Maybe we should
Cap, I didn't see that.
Maybe we should look for another way around. How you feeling about a fastball special?"
You can take it.
Geez, Cap, I don't know about this. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. But as far as
I trust you, Cap.
How far? You said 30 feet across the bridge.
Which I think technically, according to the rules, if a certain amount of strength would allow you to just leap it.
Yeah, I can leap it, but probably can't leap with him in it. Might be pushing it. And we got dropped here. We don't have a motorcycle or anything like that.
No, you guys parachuted in the night before, but you kind of like took the day to kind of get yourself ready to go, and then under the cover of darkness, you made the trip here.
Let's try over the bridge instead. I'd hate to set off underneath the dynamite. I'm not sure it works that way, but back then Cap probably didn't know. Let's do sneakity sneak like alongside of the bridge, maybe, without actually trying to cross any wires or trip wires or anything like that. We'll do it really slow so that we can just not set something off. It's probably not meant for us, but you never know. It just might be an idea to keep the allies out from the bridge, cutting off the resources and stuff. So let's sneak through there. I know you're an excellent sneaker.
He's Converse.
That's right.
Or Vans.
You've got
the balance.
Sneakity sneak across, just like the Scooby Gang.
We'll say, I'll let you choose, because like evading, intuition, which would allow you to kind of like, I think this would be the best way to go. So let's go ahead and I'm going to actually see if you get spotted. We're going to go that route.
Okay.
So from the parapets, let's see, they have excellent intuition. So I will just roll.
Excellent.
I rolled a 70.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Under excellent, that just gets them into the green still. There is a guard tower that was assembled in front of this castle, not necessarily one of the big parapets, but like, let's say it was like, towards the front part of the castle over the entryway. There's a guard up there who spotted you guys and is opting to take a pot shot at you. So we can take you guys, we're aware you're doing your stealth and everything. So we're going to roll initiative. And we'll just have you guys initiative, as the system is done, is that it's intuition. So I'm assuming that Cap has a higher intuition than Bucky.
I have incredible.
Yeah, and Bucky's got good, which is an I for good. So incredible is better. And these guys have excellent, which is not as high as intuition, but it's 2. So Andy, you're going to roll for the good guys. You roll a D10, and since these guys have an excellent, you're 2 column shifts above. So that gives you a +2 to whatever you roll. And then I'm going to roll, and then whoever rolls first goes first. Whoever rolls higher goes first. I rolled a rollicking 5 right down the middle.
I got a 6, and then I add 2.
Yep.
So
you got 7. Oh, yeah. Sorry, 8. Good grief. Glad the math is working. So how late are we recording this here?
Not that late.
So you guys get to go first. So basically, you both have simultaneously you saw movement, the glint off the top, the gun itself as it came around towards you guys. But then, and he's probably going to take a shot at you.
Now, do I think I can throw my shield and hit him, or is it like is the castle, like, is he like just poking his head out or kind of thing?
It's kind of like we'll call it like one of those like murder holes kind of a thing in a castle. It's just got enough of for the barrel to kind of come out. You could, if you kind of like throw your shield like a coin at a piggy bank, you'd be able to get it in there. But depending on how dicey it is, you might wind up getting it. Like it may not come back out.
Yeah, I think our stealth time is over, Bucky. Get behind me, I'll block this shot, and then let's just charge the door.
You got it, Cap.
So I'll try to intercept any bullets that come. I'll hold my turn and just.
Am I sort of like what do I have to defend myself other than like?
You have a slinky and a.
Do I have a slingshot?
A yo-yo.
A yo-yo. Got Captain America trading cards to give out during the press tour.
Yeah. It is just exuberance and 22 points of karma. So let's explain what karma is. And karma is what allows you to change your dice roll. And ultimately, it's what you can use towards advancing your character as well, the same meta currency. So let's say if you rolled any number and you wanted to get it up to the next level, you can spend 1 point of karma for every point you want to raise the dice roll. Like, let's say if, that last couple where Andy rolled like a 37, let's say, and he needed a 36 to hit. Instead of rolling a 37, if he rolled like a 30, he needs to get a 36 to hit. He could spend the 6 karma points from Cap's pool, and that would bump up his dice roll to making it so that he would have hit. But you'd have burnt off those 6 points.
Were you asking, like, what weapons do you have?
Yeah, but as far as Bucky in this era, he didn't have anything. He was a sidekick. He was just put in harm's way more than anything else.
So I'm fighting with hopes and prayers.
Exactly. You just went in, knowing that Cap was there, and you were just happy to be by his side without really too much concern about, like, well, how am I really going to protect them? The reality of the situation and the harm in which Bucky was running blindly into was kind of gloriously absent. It was just, woohoo, let's do this. And
like Batman, child endangerment, not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing bad's going to happen to us. We're the good guys, right?
Right.
So, yes. Now, with that said, in the game system, Bucky does offer an amazing distraction and a secondary target. And you can use like acrobatics and so forth. So you can dodge all day long while Cap's doing the actual fighting. So it's kind of like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And it causes them to look and try to put their attention towards them while Cap's sneaking in from the side and duking it out. So
unfortunately, Cap always looks too, and it just doesn't work.
Hey, that's actually pretty well done.
Nicely done.
So yeah, that's kind of Bucky's role more or less, and what one of the benefits of having him as the sidekick is that ability to just kind of throw himself into the face of danger, which would then allow it divides the enemy from attacking and focusing on one person. It kind of shifts it over the other way. Bucky, you got a good distance, and you'd have to climb up the side of this tower to get to this individual that's up who's about to take a shot at you. So I mean, you can run like as fast as you can, and you can dodge while running. And dodging is an agility roll. And the better the roll, the more column shifts you give, negative column shifts you give to this individual taking a shot at you. So if you kind of want to do crazy serpentine, zigzagging as you're running towards them, you can do that. And in that case, you just roll your agility. And if you get a green result, that's 2 column shifts. You get a yellow result, that's 4 column shifts. And a red result, that's 6 column shifts towards them trying to shoot and hit you. Or if they shoot at you, which is what they're going to do because you're kind of making yourself very evident, like, woohoo, and your bright, blue and red costume kind of, even under the cover of darkness, is pretty evident. So
as you're 2 flashlights.
Yeah, you got like those aircraft, those airplane flashlights that are just kind of guiding planes in. So you're kind of making yourself more the visible target which then will allow Cap to do something if you wish. But chances are, if this guy's going to be around and trying to shoot you, he has to roll at minimum a 61 or higher just to hit. Bucky, you saw Bucky take off. He's made it to the base of the tower so far.
Okay. Now, if I was to leap up the tower, how far up could I get?
We could say, depending if you want to roll for multiple actions, which would then, that would allow you to run, leap, and climb. You could probably make it without too much difficulty.
All right, I'll try that.
You got to roll again. So let's have you roll fighting to see how many actions you can do. In this
50,
so fighting is what?
50.
Okay, so amazing fighting.
Yeah, I rolled a 98.
Holy crap. That definitely puts you into the red. So you get your 1, 2, 3 actions. So that would allow you to run, to leap, which would get you pretty close to the where you could technically at that point you're and then you can punch him as your third action. So
I will do that.
Okay. And then you can punch him or you can hit him with the shield, either way.
I will just punch him flat out. Okay. Punch.
So that's fighting.
Oh man, I'm rolling good. That's a 90.
Dang, dude.
Whack.
And your fighting was that amazing. So 90 puts you, it's in the yellow. So you potentially could slam them. So I have to roll their endurance for a slam. So a slam could slide this person back, or it could just simply stagger them and they lose a turn. Okay. So let's see what we got. So we're going to say typical. I rolled a rollicking 2.
Well, nice.
So that puts it
for me.
The term grand slam.
Yeah.
So you punch them all the way across the guard tower, hits the back wall, slides down, and the rifle falls to the side. And obviously he's, again, the Tweety birds are in full effect.
Sweet. I'll make sure Bucky knows that he is handled and our secret is still, well, I mean, did he actually fire a gun at us?
No, because you guys went first. If you had not gone first, he would have shot at Bucky. Yeah. But
stealth mode is still on.
Yep. You guys are in the place so far. So without having to do too much more rolling, both you and Bucky are now in the guard's tower, which then leads you inside the castle. But right at the moment you guys are in the tower, there is the now unconscious guard slumped in the door that leads out.
I'll tie him up at least to make sure he's not going anywhere. If I have to use his own shirt or whatever to just muffle him up, I will.
Bucky, why don't you go ahead and do a reason?
87.
Oh, God. Okay, so you guys are rolling well, which for now, you're only fighting the guards. So these high rolls can't last forever. So you're in the yellow. So you saw something as Cap was in the process of, hog tying this guy into place, and a tin, sardine type tin, falls out of the soldier's pocket. You see written in a foreign language, well, let's say the German language, is a word that you can translate into blood ration, is written on the side of this tin, which makes you feel like, wait a minute, I don't think these guys are what they appear to be. Because of why would this guy have a tin that says blood ration on it?
I'm just thinking it's probably some sort of German food I've never understood. I've never heard about.
Yeah. Is this like blood pudding?
Right.
What is this?
Is this British? I don't know.
It's a fancy crot.
Right.
Yeah.
if you enjoyed this episode, there'll be more coming your way. Go visit us at our webpage, and this is why I love comics podcast.buzzsprout.com. On the page, you can support the show. We have a Patreon that we're adding to. There's some cool stuff on there. Go check it out. You can also just support the show, pay for like some of the support, like this Zoom that we're using and all that stuff. You can email us at and this is why I love comics@gmail.com. We're on the Facebook, and this is why I love comics podcast. Join us on the TikTok. There'll be a little more TikToking coming up soon by me. I'll be making a fool of myself doing some things, and go check it out. Thanks to all the supporters and friends of the show. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks to producer Katie, producer Tony, co-host Matt 2.0, Kevin, Jamie, Matt 10.0, Keegan, and Roberto. Keegan, thanks for joining us yet again.
Yeah. Thank you for having me back here.
Yeah, it was our pleasure.
Looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Exciting conclusion of the adventures of Captain America and Bucky.
Go check out Kevin's new band. They are Semi-Casual Bedtime. The link's in the show notes. They're really good. And of course, his Thunder Chicken is who we use for our music. Check them out also on Spotify. So for the show, I'm Andy.
Yeah, Mike.
And I'm the other one.
Bring on the thunder.
Just focus on the relay tube. Ingest the fallacies. Write it on these cave walls. It's open for theories. These things die tomorrow. Just push in the knife to learn this forgiveness is an eyesore. Hey Mike, I got tickets to Weird Al in July.
No way.